Yeah, my name is Michael Williams. I've been investigating unusual and Fortean-like phenomena for about 35 years. I first got interested in unusual stuff when I started reading my mother's book collection, and after a few years of just reading, I decided to, rather than just read about things, to actually become more immersive and actually get involved and look for stuff. So that's what I do. I'm interested in experiential phenomena. My thoughts on modern day ufology. Okay, I'll try not to have a brain explosion. It looks like it hasn't progressed in the last 50 years, unfortunately. And what's really strange from my perspective is I think the phenomena at its very basis is quite profound and unusual and odd, but it just seems to pick up a lot of the riffraff of society. So you're not going to get the brightest and best minds associated with it because, unfortunately, because it attracts such a, because it's a fringe subject, you get fringe people, and they've just smashed it with all these new age beliefs, unfortunately. So they drive away what you'd expect to see more sensible people. They've driven them away. Basically, it's new age garbage, unfortunately. Yes, I do believe there's connections, because if you go to a lot of houses where people have had these experiences, there's also poltergeist associations. They've had unusual phenomena through their whole lives. There's a whole mixed bag of Forteana associated with it. Most of the ufologists are not interested in what the reports the ghost hunters talk about, and the ghost hunters have no interest in what the UFO people, but when you look at it, there's obviously something. Even Keel used to talk about windows, and there's different studies around that have associated the Bigfoot, and in those locations, and especially in the US where the Bigfoot has been seen and is supposedly reported, you also get light phenomena as well. So the Bigfoot people, of course, disregard that, and the UFO people most of the time will disregard it as well. But there's obviously some sort of correlation. Oh, for sure, there's a connection between the balls of light and the crop circles. What it is, I don't know. The slight danger with the crop circles is because so many people spend so much time in those areas near the crop circle with video cameras, it increases the probability of them filming stuff. So I'm never quite sure whether they're actually filming stuff because the things are associated with the circle, or because there's so many people. If it was like they're filming barrels of wine, and thousands of people are obsessed about filming barrels of wine in a field, and they were filming it all the time, the lights, as they have been, we might say is there an association between balls of light and barrels of wine. I'm being facetious, but yeah, I think there is something there. Who knows what it is? But having said that, I believe most of the crop circles are false and fake, and really interesting art, but fake nonetheless. It does seem to be interested. If you go to the Circle Makers website, you'll see them talking about when they make their art, and they've taken some weird photos and videos where they've seen ghost-like phenomena, they've seen lights, they've heard voices. So they're claiming that they're creating their art and weird stuff is coming down and investigating it, which sort of throws the whole thing in reverse. Their take on it is really interesting. What I'd like to see someone do in Australia is make a crop circle in a field of some sort and see if anything can come down to it. I think that'd be really interesting. No, because I think the problem is this. What people believe is they think the greater advancements of technology and the greater use of technology will lead us to actually know what the things are, and I don't think it will. And people go, that's very cynical. I go, I'm not being cynical. I'm going, you'll end up with more data points, but you won't know what it is. You'll just say, it moved here, it moved there, it had this luminosity, here was this radar return, here's what the radio frequency coming off it, it appeared here, it appeared there, but it won't let you know what the subject is. I just don't see how you get around that, because people are looking at it from a materialistic perspective when the subject's not materialistic anyway, but they want a reductionistic answer to it. It just needs more work and more money. It's like, well, where's all the work and money got so far? Absolutely nowhere. The way I see it, it's sort of nihilistic. I can't see it leading to anything. People think of it as a problem. It's not a problem. It's not a problem to be solved. It'll never happen because it never was a problem. It's something to be experienced. Other than that, I don't see it going anywhere. It can't. I see hypnosis is really good to help people overcome different trauma, to try and modify memories. I don't see it. As soon as you start to try and find memories or enhance memories, it's a train wreck. If you ignore, 100 years of literature, yeah, there's no problems at all, but it doesn't mean jack shit. People go, I've had this experience, and then they get hypnotized, and unless it can be historically verified what you're now expanding on, it doesn't mean anything. And we've seen the recovered memory phenomena and the satanic witch scares in the States, and the ufologists can't find that in the Google and just start off again as if it's all new. I admire the way they keep starting off with technology and ideas and memes as if it hasn't been plundered and discredited earlier. Has no effect on them, absolutely no effect, which is admirable. Oh, 100%. But they're already pre-framed by before they're not going to your average hypnotherapist and saying, I've had this experience, I think, or I've got these experiences where I'm missing things. They're not doing that at all. They're looking up other people's experiences. They're seeing that. They know the pop cultural phenomena associated with all of it. They're not oblivious, and they're looking up, in particular, therapists, using the term loosely, who specialises in extracting that historical timeline out of everyone. And those people, you will never sit in front of them and not have a storyline come out of that. They're always 100% successful. Good luck on that one.